Plaintiff Wayne Kress Jr. is suing his former wannabe rockstar friend for crashing at his place and not paying rent. He's suing for $200. Defendant Stephen Rubinosky claims the plaintiff offered to let him stay for free while he was on tour. He says he doesn't owe rent.
And nothing but the truth. Case number 198 on the docket, Kress versus Rubinosky.
Okay, welcome to you guys. We have the plaintiff, Mr. Kress. You are suing what it says here, your former best friend, Stephen Rubinosky, for $200 for 2 months' worth of living expenses.
So, Your Honor, Stephen Rubinosky was a friend. So he tells me that he's going on Ed Sheeran's tour. See, whenever he told me that, I thought he was opening up, like he's going to be big and stuff. Finds out that he's pretty much just like on the corner playing his music. So while he was on tour and stuff like that, he would also be living with me whenever he'd come back.
Oh, okay.
So I let him live there for about 4 months free of rent.
Yeah.
I live with my parents, so I paid about $650 for the rent. My mother comes to me screaming in Scottish Gaelic, he needs to pay half the rent.
Is she upset that you have a friend there, or is she upset that he's not paying?
That we have a freeloader living with us.
Well, you have testified on your own that you invited him to stay with you.
I did.
That doesn't make him a freeloader. You invited him. Was there any discussion about what he would pay for living there?
My mother wanted half the rent, so I came to terms, $100 a month.
But when he first moved in, you didn't say, here are the conditions. You can stay with me, but it's going to be $100 a month.
Not at the beginning.
You didn't say that at the beginning.
Not
okay.
At the beginning, Your Honor.
All right. So when he moved in, he thought he was getting to stay with you for free because you were a nice friend. It was a nice thing you did. No one's condemning you for that.
I had the intention of not really having him pay rent at all.
Right.
I didn't mind him staying.
Exactly. And so you're here now because it, as you were saying, it builds up in expenses, the utilities are higher.
Yes, Your Honor.
So you're suing him for $200 because you want him to pay for 2 of the months he was there.
The 2 of the months that he was there, and he said he would pay me.
From the beginning, I texted Wayne and I said, hey, I'm going on Ed Sheeran's tour. I followed his tour, which meant that I performed outside each stadium in each city. I drove to each city, made some friends, fans with my signs, my merchandise. I just needed a place to crash close to the city, to the highway, and you know, Wayne was a good buddy of mine, so I was like, hey, can I stay with you? And he was like, yeah, sure. So, yeah, I followed his tour.
Well, I admire your going out and doing something with your music, and that's cool. I won't make fun of that. You know, young people do that, and that's great. I hope you're successful with it. But let's get back to the lawsuit.
When I first started staying with Wayne, I was under the expectation I was going to be living there for free, 100% free. You know, we weren't really, you know, talking about that. As far as the $200 goes, took him, all my friends out to a concert, took us to Denny's afterwards, paid for our food, took us out to a bar, bought everybody a round of shots. You know, I thought I made up for the $200 as far as that goes.
Okay, without legally, just the nice thing to do, you stayed there for free.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Pay him what he's asking.
You see,
That's the nice thing to do. Legally, you're on weak ground here. Because you can't afterwards say, by the way, I know you stayed in my house and it was great and all that, but I'm going to need $100 for every month you stayed.
Actually have the text messages, if you would.
Yeah, I'd like to see them.
But yeah, the text messages saying like, I'll throw you a bone, I got this coming up.
Okay, so first you were texting Wayne and saying, hey, can I come crash at your place? And he said, yeah, that's fine. You can bring some...
Yingling, Your Honor.
Was that a beer?
Yes, Your Honor. It's a Pennsylvania beer.
On the way back from Detroit, still cool to stay at your place? No problem. I got your back, man. Thanks again, dude. I appreciate this is a lot. Laugh out loud. That's LOL, right?
Getting good, Judge.
Yes, you got it, Your Honor.
Getting good.
Let me explain why I have difficulty with these text messages. See, I don't get text messages because...
You're not supposed to show people that, Judge.
Oh, and now, this is in December, so this is several months later. You're saying, hey, man, I'm not asking for much here, but you've been staying here for months. Mind helping out with rent and stuff? And you said, I'll try to throw in some bones and whatnot when I can. I'll definitely pay for my stay the next few months, and I'm not taking advantage of you. Okay, so he says for the next few months he would be willing to... How long did you stay with him after that?
just till the end of January.
So you kind of agreed at that point that you would pay him. You did agree to pay him $100 starting for the month of January. So
Yeah.
therefore, I know you sued for $200. You have to pay him $100 for the month of January. This court fines for the plaintiff in the sum of $100.
Maybe we can rekindle what happened.
Through everything, he's still one of my best friends.